Hey, good morning, everybody. Blessed Tuesday to you today. I pray God's blessings on you. Romans chapter 3, verse 24. He says, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. Being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. All right, so let me unpack this for you a little bit. A part of it we've been going over already. Whenever you see the word justify or justified or justification, what that literally means in the New Testament is that God has declared you righteous. God has made a declaration and he has declared you to be righteous. When I mean righteous, he has declared you to have the righteousness that he requires. He has declared that you are right with him and that you have the righteousness that he requires inside of you. So he says here, being justified, being declared righteous freely by his grace. Freely by his grace. You didn't have anything to do with it. You weren't good enough. You weren't smart enough. You weren't good looking enough. You didn't do enough good things. It is God in his grace and because of his great love for us that he declares us righteous. Now, he doesn't declare us righteous just based upon the fact, oh, I'm just going to do it. He declares us righteous based on the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. Now, we've already been talking about redemption, how someone who comes and intervenes for us, someone who comes and pays the price and sets us free. And you see, what has happened is that Christ went to the cross. He took our sin, and upon coming out of the grave, he has given us his righteousness. So God has justified us. He has declared us righteous freely by his grace based upon the fact that Christ has given to us his righteousness. You say, that's not it, Brother Keith. I don't believe that. Well, read 2 Corinthians 5:21, where Paul says, he made him who knew no sin to be sin for us so that we might become the righteousness of God in him. He made Jesus to actually be sin when he hung on that cross and took it all on himself. He made him to be sin so that we might become the righteousness of God, so that he could impart to us his righteousness and the righteousness that God requires. So God has justified us freely by his grace. He has declared us righteous out of his love and because of his grace. And it is because Christ went to the cross, took our sin, and then rose again. And he said to his Father, here is my righteousness on their sinfulness. That's a great verse. Being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. Get out there in faith today with that one. God bless you. Love you. Bye.